Hi, this is Dr. Tom Lewis, founder of RealHealth Innovations. We're a health creation company. And today in this workshop, I want to discuss expectations. It's very important that we start off with proper expectations on what you can expect, whether you have chronic pain or sleeplessness. Most chronic conditions that we deal with, you didn't just catch diabetes, or you don't just catch Alzheimer's, or you don't catch chronic pain. It slowly and gradually crept up on us. Our whole process is we will help you reverse these conditions that are nagging you and dragging down your health, but it's going to take a little while. So let's set up some expectations together. So the first thing is we do very little. We are your guide, but you're the person climbing Mount Everest. So you're going to get as what you give in the program. So if you're motivated to get off your medications or to overcome pain, you will, because you'll be willing to give into the program. You give them to yourself and you'll get healthy. And the other thing I like to say is there's no such thing as a free lunch. So for example, we look at that medication, that NSAID, that ibuprofen, that solves our pain problem, right? Well, did it really? It made you feel better, but what's the underlying why? What's the underlying cause of that pain? So Band-Aids are, once again, it's no free lunch. For example, NSAIDs have a profound effect on your kidney over time, which you don't necessarily want. This is one of my favorite slogans. Who told you that? So we're subject to a lot of mass marketing that's telling us what health looks like or what something good looks like. But is it really true? What we're going to try to do is demystify health as part of the whole process. So you're not going to, there's a lot of diets. The Biggest Losers, for example, they lost weight, then they gained it all back. Why did that happen? Because they really didn't get to the fundamental crux of why they gained weight in the first place. So they had a Band-Aid approach to weight loss. We're going to help you overcome the myths and be empowered with the facts about health. So consider what you're good at and consider what you've been successful at in life, whether it's crocheting a sweater for your grandchild or being really proficient at working around the house or being accomplished at some sport in the past. Whatever it might be, think about the effort it took to become accomplished at something. Now translate that exact same process into improving your health. This is what it's going to take. It's going to take planning, forethought, determination, all the things that made you successful at whatever you've been successful at in life. It's the exact same process. There's only one difference. Your health is your greatest wealth. So this is where you really should be pouring energy, because once you're healthy, then everything else flows very naturally. It's a lot easier. Life is much easier when you're healthy. So let's get into the setting of expectations. I love this image because the whole idea is we don't want to set the bar too high. We don't have to set the bar high. It's about biting off little teeny things at a time. So think about the salmon migrating. They go up the ladder. They don't leap over the dam. They slowly and gradually work their way up. So this is our timeline. We start in relatively poor health wherever we are on our continuum. We want to work towards the blue, good health. So here's a couple problems that we face. First of all, we're all hardwired for that instantaneous gratification. We want results immediately. But you have to think about how we got into our health mess, the chronic pain. We didn't just suddenly wake up one morning with pain or sleeplessness or whatever it might be. So we have to prepare appropriately to say, maybe it's going to take 3 months. Maybe it's going to take 6 months. It might even take a year to overcome the health struggles that you're working with today. Here's a chart of the onset of diabetes from age 1 to 19 all the way up to their 70s. And you can see we didn't just jump into diabetes. We gradually work our way into it. That's just the way life is, folks. So we have to consider that maybe down here in a chronic, as we were getting pain as a chronic condition, or having sleeplessness, or mood or memory issues, or anxiety, then it crept up on us. And the process out of this condition is the exact same process. It's the exact same timeline. So here's what happens. We all are in a state of, maybe if we're not in perfect health, we're in a zone where we're relatively symptom-free. Then we migrate into the zone where we have symptoms. And the path out is the exact same process. It takes a while. Hopefully we don't go in this direction and get into even worse health. But we recognize normally people are reacting here. One of the aspects of our program is we're going to help measure you so we can find out if you are heading in the wrong direction. So I use this metaphor a lot. I like it because we don't have to do one tremendous heroic thing. Just like the things you're good at, it was planning, it was process. It's that one row at a time. It's that one bit of proficiency that you've gained at a time. That's what we're looking at. So the metaphor here is, if I give you $1 million in 30 days, you have $1 million. That's great. But if I start collecting pennies and double the amount of pennies I collect or put aside for you every day, so I start with 1 penny, then double it to 2, then double it to 4, then double it to 8. In 30 days, you have $10.7 million. Translate that into health, that's a lot of good health compared to the $1 million one-time payout. So the 30 days reflects removing 30 little risks from your life. When I give you the first penny, analogy to removing one little risk, you may not feel fantastic right away. It's going to take a while. We have to go to removing 10 risks, 20 risks, and then you're starting to really feel what a health creation process looks like. So the other thing is, we seldom get a one-for-one. Our body is a symphony. We're a harmonious organism. So when I remove that first risk, the impact isn't a simple one-for-one. We may not even feel anything. But now, as we continue to remove risks, we see this multiplicative effect. And this is what we normally see. 4 months, 5 months, all of a sudden people in our program are feeling significantly better. What's in it for you? This is a study from National Geographic, and it's a little complicated, but this is lifespan. This is someone who's living to 100. This is someone living to 80. In general, if you live to 80, by the time you're 60, you have a lot of nagging chronic problems. But if you live to 100, you're disease and even symptom-free for a long, long time. So even though you live to 100 compared to 80, that's 20 years, you actually have 30 years of additional good health. And that's what our goal is for you, to empower you to good health, slow, progressive, simple process, and not only will your lifespan increase, but your health span will increase significantly. I'm Dr. Tom Lewis with the RealHealth Innovations. Thank you very much.